guys, welcome back to the Chowder Hour podcast. I know you all missed us. We took a short break.
As per usual,
how short was it?
We leave for I actually don't know. I didn't check the
like a year
length
again. No,
as
not a
per
year.
usual, we just we leave for like half a year, probably half a year.
Yeah, it was about like 6 months.
And then we come back, keeping up with the theme, and then we come back with a guest. Obviously,
of course.
We've been dreading making this episode.
Yeah, not a fan of this guest, but he hassled us enough that I broke, and he's here.
Yep,
he's not even fully here. He's using like an anime.
Well, yeah, wouldn't even show you his
VTuber. Yeah.
You wouldn't let me be a cat image, so.
Thank you. Well,
it's even worse.
In history, our guests will turn on their webcams like a normal person.
Both are you not having your camera.
I don't know.
Doesn't really make a difference.
This isn't too inclusive.
How so?
I just if I don't want to show my face, I shouldn't have to.
The thing is, you're not a VTuber because you installed this for this episode.
Just install. Okay, for the record,
we have no problem with having a
No,
VTuber.
he took 20 minutes trying to get a cat picture as his like virtual cam. And then he spent another half hour like customizing his VTuber.
Well, to be fair, the cat image we got settled pretty quickly, and then you guys were like, "No cat image. You can do VTuber if you want, but you have to be moving."
Yeah, but we thought it was going to be simple, and you just turned it on, and it was not.
To be fair, I thought it was going to be simple as well, but
okay, that's one way of looking at it. This is Alex.
Oh, I need to introduce myself. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't introduce him. Neko Butler.
Yeah, hello, people of the interwebs.
Matt German, he's listening.
Specifically Matthew.
He is still here.
I'm glad he's a lifelong listener.
Can't wait. Yeah, no, he is. When we have 1,000 subs, we'll remember him. When we have 1,000,000 subs, we'll remember him still.
And then once you guys get 1,000,000 subs, he'll be like the 1,000,000th sub special.
He's the first sub special. But yeah, no, Alex was hassling us to join the podcast, so we finally let him.
They didn't include me in things. For good reason.
We're not going into this.
He's on thin ice. He's got opinions that he won't be sharing today.
They've silenced me.
Yes, we're allowing him on the podcast because we are okay with
nice people. That's what they call us.
Having people with different beliefs than us.
Disabilities.
I'm the charity case this
That's
episode,
not
guys.
what I was going to say.
That's what I was going to say.
Nope. I was going to say people with different beliefs.
It's actually the charity episode.
The charity. I mean,
All right, so for our first topic, we're going to talk about the GTA 6 trailer.
This is true.
Since, as far as the podcast is aware, that's current. Since
that is current. Yeah.
We didn't upload around then, so.
It was okay. I honestly was hoping for better. It didn't show like a lot.
I mean, I think it's what it needed to be. I mean,
we
showed
needed something.
What the game looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what all of the other ones did, like GTA 5 or Red Dead 2. Like,
I never saw the trailer for GTA 5.
No.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Red Dead 2, you didn't see that one?
No, I never played Red Dead, which I have to get on. I still haven't gotten on that. Alex, what did you think of the GTA 6 trailer?
Well, I'll be honest, I was excited for it, and then actually Victor informed me that GTA 5 originally came out on console only, and that it was a bit before it was on the PC. And myself as a PC gamer primarily, because I don't actually really have any other consoles. I was like, this could be hype. I'll be able to play in, however many years when it eventually comes out, off the bat. And after hearing that, I was a little disappointed because, here I am not going to be able to play for however knows long while, the two of you, since I know you guys both have the console that it's on, which...
Not true.
Is it Xbox or PS?
Yeah. I do not have a PS.
Oh, well, you guys share Joe's.
Yes.
This is true. He just shows up and he's like, I want to play a brand new game in here. Let me
That is not what I...
so you guys can share your little
hear.
PS5 and play the game, whereas I'm going to be here be like, I'm going to have to wait until it comes on PC.
You can come over too. You did actually. Last
I
time.
could.
Yeah.
That is true. But I mean, honestly, the main reason why
context,
I'm hyped for it is because of the multiplayer, which is that's a whole nother
which
however
is
many
probably
years.
going to be the worst part, at least with microtransactions.
I can't imagine it's any different from GTA 5 online.
Well, it's going to be worse.
This is also true.
They're going to somehow add more microtransactions,
more
stuff, and
oppressors.
Make it maybe harder
cards
to get money with that.
Well, shark cards are a given. They have to be in the game.
Well, I mean, of course.
How are they going to make their money otherwise?
Yeah.
For context, we played the Silent Hill Homecoming.
The new Silent Hill game.
That's your thing, man.
That's what we played at Joe's house on his PS5.
It was like some horror game, apparently.
Horror in quotation marks.
Yeah.
No, Homecoming was an actual old one. That's getting it definitely wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. She was like her sister died or something. Spoilers, I guess.
Silent Hill: The Short Message is what we.
That's what it was called.
And it was very bad, and not.
I mean, story-wise, it wasn't
standing alone, it's something, but standing as a Silent Hill game, it has nothing.
Oh yeah, no.
I haven't played a single Silent Hill game.
If it was like a $20 game on Steam, like indie game, fine. I mean, it'd be impressive graphically for that too.
Well, Victor, you got to put it in there. It's free. It is free.
But yeah, I mean, it was free, I guess. But I mean, it just sucks. I don't know, because I don't. Maybe it says something for how the Silent Hill 2 remake is gonna be, and it's probably gonna be bad. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have any hopes for it. I'm not a big Silent Hill fan. I never got into the series.
Yeah, seeing as how I have
missing out.
I do play a bit of Dead by Daylight. I probably should get into Silent Hill, but I've just never. With a lot of games, I've just never gotten around to it.
Well, it's one of those older games that if you wanted to play it, first of all, you'd have to pirate it.
Oh, really?
Because it only released on physical for PC, so there is no digital copy.
Physical.
Correct.
For PC?
CD.
Weird.
I'm sorry,
DVD,
I'm a Gen Z. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, what is a DVD?
What's a DVD?
What does that mean?
But so you would have to play that or emulate it.
That is insane. Well.
So yeah, I mean, I could understand why you haven't played it.
Honestly, I wish we went back to the whole CD thing. Because
what,
then
for
you
PC?
Just in general. Because
well, I mean, you can buy it for your PS4.
Yeah, but I meant also for PC. That would be cool. Because then then you actually own the content.
I mean, I would agree, but I don't even have a DVD
drive.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would just cost me more money.
I mean, you can get the external ones. Or I don't think.
Oh yeah, I have one of those, but I mean, I don't have
expensive.
One in my computer.
But also, didn't the discs normally for computer stuff, they just downloaded the software onto them? It wasn't like you had to keep...
some of them, but that's also the case with console.
Oh, really?
Depending on the console game, some of them will only store part of the game, and the rest has to be downloaded.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
but yeah, Alex is right. If you bought, for example, The Sims 4, because I had a physical copy of The Sims 4, it would literally just install Origin or Steam, or I think Origin.
Sucks. And
give
you
then download the game.
Yeah,
and just a key. Yeah, so it's useless.
Yeah, so that doesn't really. Yeah, they can just be like.
But
what
you Joe's saying is the full game on there, which would be nice.
Yeah, because I've heard of the big tech companies just removing people's really old games.
Yes.
And just why? Because they bought them. That's kind of their game, but it's not. You bought a license to play the game.
Yeah,
which is really stupid.
Up. I mean, the logistics of having that on PC would be a little interesting because that you'd also need a Blu-ray drive, and you'd have to buy that. It'd be a lot of extra money. I don't know. It doesn't actually really work if you think about it.
Maybe they should just give us the actual game and not take it away from us. That might be the easiest solution.
But I honestly don't see the best way they'd physically distribute it to you.
Yeah.
Because a DVD can only store, I think, 2 gigabytes or something max.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
Your
know.
PlayStation games are Blu-ray, and a Blu-ray drive can be $100 or more. So.
Youch. Fair
like
enough.
it'd be nice to have the
But
option,
it's
but
yeah,
it wouldn't be.
not feasible.
Yeah. I'd say where we are now is, I don't know, it's okay. I mean, Steam's been good about it, but it's just you can't really trust anyone.
I'm just because I'm looking like ahead because it's happened to older games, not like really like games now, but like old games. People are just like, oh, let me just play this again. Like, oh, sorry, you don't own the license to play this game anymore.
Well, Steam hasn't done that yet. It's just they might. Like Fall Guys, you had it, you can't buy it, but you can still play it if you had it on Steam.
Yeah.
A recent example. Fuck. I can't remember. I can't remember names.
Yeah, that's fine. No, but I know what you mean.
But yeah, they'll just delist it from buying it, but you'll still be able to download it.
I mean, that's fine.
Which is
so far
okay. It's just I mean, I just can't really know what's gonna happen in the future. It's Spec Ops: The Line also was the name. Can't buy it on Steam anymore, but you can still.
Gone forever.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, it's the give and take with all of that. Because on the one hand, it's a lot easier for the consumer to get their hands on the content because you don't even have to, get off your computer, go to some store,
certainly.
have to wait in a line, have to deal with, physical stock and inventory and stuff like that. But then on the other hand, it also removes the ability for us, the consumer, to have it as our item because like you guys have said, we technically don't own, we can purchase the game, but we don't own the game. At any time the developer can see fit and be like, yep, sorry guys, we're taking our licensing back.
Yeah,
I mean, we're missing a lot from the company side though. It's definitely somewhat them being evil, but there is a part of it where it's like licensing sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, I don't know if I can think of an example, but there have been games that got removed because they don't have the license to I don't know, a song that was used very prolifically in the game. And it's I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing. Sometimes they'll just take it out, but
yeah,
GTA 4, half of the original songs on the radio got taken out in the Steam release.
Oh, really?
I remember you mentioned that when you were replaying it. That's really upsetting.
Yep. So I don't know. There's a lot to unpack there, but
however, songs that have not been removed, Fortnite, staying strong with all their songs. They are that was our second topic on there. We have this is semi older, but to the listeners. In reference, Peter Griffin is now in Fortnite.
Well, that's newer than GTA 6.
Far newer.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the newest thing with Fortnite is that they actually added the Ninja Turtles.
This is true. Ninja Turtles are back in,
and they got a whole event.
I think they were in there before.
They were in there for an upsetting amount of time for them to then make an event.
No. I mean,
afterwards.
I don't think that they're a new addition. I think they were in there before.
Oh, before the...
No, I'm thinking of something else.
I'm thinking of Fall Guys. I was going to say. Because they were released alongside with the big update of the addition of the new game modes and everything, and they proceeded to keep them in the store for about a week or two for no reason, and then...
No, they've been there for about a month.
Yeah, and then they removed them, and then they're
they added them right
surprise back. Guys, after keeping them in the store for however long it was, we're actually doing a collab with them, so they're going to be in the store for even longer now. And I think that's why a lot of people are, kind of upset with how Fortnite's managing their item shop, because where it used to be just a one-day thing for a lot of these things.
Well, yeah. It's because it's just an ad placement.
That is true.
It is.
I mean, I understand with the collaborations, but with their OCs as well, they're keeping them in the store.
No, it's just been really bad because in the past, the item shop would at least refresh to something you have an emote that's cool. Back in the day, there was some difference in the item shop. Recently, this season, it has just been the exact.
There was also
same
less
thing.
collapse then.
There was, but there was more variety.
I think.
It's been just the same entire season.
Yeah, again, I think the issue comes up with the Lego Fortnite, because they're turning a lot of the skins into Lego skins, so technically those weren't possible for people to get before, so they want to give the people the opportunity who just play Lego Fortnite to get those skins. But in doing such, they ruined the shop. I don't think it's the biggest player base, and in the same token, it's like you guys are still doing this and not releasing other like content for the people who don't exclusively play Lego Fortnite.
Well, I'm sure that's probably like as I said with the advertising payment, it's probably like part of a deal they had with whoever, I guess Nickelodeon, I don't know, with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Honestly,
like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Like, yeah.
Well, no, because what Fortnite could have is like other games where it's just the shop and everything's always there and you buy the items. But Fortnite doesn't have that because it's part of their tricky mental game of getting people to buy things that they don't normally need to buy.
Yeah, it's it adds, like what they say, supply and demand. If the supply isn't there, if the supply is only there for a finite amount of time, it makes it more. There was a word on my tip of my tongue and I completely forgot it, but it makes it more,
volatile.
Yeah, so people want to purchase it. They're like, oh, I have to purchase it now, then.
It's a good business strategy.
Yeah, I mean, it works. Yeah. I mean, it sucks that...
And that's why
it
I'd say it was probably part of the deal, because since you can't always buy items in Fortnite like that, they were probably like, oh, well, okay, we'll give you the Ninja Turtle IP, but you have to make it available to buy for like a couple months or
yes,
weeks
but I also think it's
like.
Interesting because they actually don't have an end date on the event, so we don't know when it like stops being in the shop.
Has there been an end date in events?
I don't believe there or at least for the
shop.
shop.
That's just
so I don't. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't have a reference really. I don't remember, but on Fall Guys there.
Yes, Fall Guys does it, which is really nice. But no, we just know when the shop refreshes. And you don't know how long that item's going to be in there. Oh well, they also took that back. Yeah,
they removed when the shop refreshes. Everyone knows it's at 7 p.m. but
EST.
It's been removed.
But not knowing when they're leaving is back to the mental game. That
yeah.
I mean, the
because
weekend,
I'm going to buy it now because maybe it's gone tomorrow. Or maybe it's not.
I mean, that's how I've been feeling with the weekend. I really should buy it just because I don't know how long it's going to be there for.
Exactly. That's what it is, Joe.
It's only been in there for like the last 2 months, but it might go away tomorrow. So I gotta. Speaking of which, it did just refresh as of 35 minutes ago as a recording. Yeah, Alex, our reporter on the field. Do you want to go and tell us what's brand new in the item shop?
Do you want me to open it during the podcast? I have...
No. All right, so now into the second segment. We're actually kind of... No.
Oh, no, I'm reading it
not
wrong.
really.
I'm reading it wrong.
Well, maybe the second part.
Yeah.
But this is kind of almost like a return of the subject.
It is.
We had an episode pretty like... where we talked about this a lot.
Yeah, we had
I don't know how long ago or number.
It was a while. It was like the second...
third
episode.
Okay. Well, this is 9 for reference.
Yeah, no, this is quite a bit. But they re-dragged all those like social media CEOs into another like hearing or whatever.
You said today, as you often say, that you live in Singapore. Of what nation are you a citizen?
Singapore.
Are you a citizen of any other nation?
No, Senator.
Have you ever applied for Chinese citizenship?
Senator, I served my nation in Singapore. No, I did not.
Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm Singaporean.
There are a bunch of senators just like ask them stupid questions.
I think some of my favorite bits are the ones where the
it's really good.
It's really upsetting. I think
it needs to happen. We don't have the people to do it.
Ask the question.
But they're doing it terribly.
Like they could ask,
the problem is them. Like
no, but like
they couldn't do it well. The people in the government just are not.
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
It boggles my mind why they can't just hire like someone who knows what a computer is to just like ask them these technical questions.
Honestly, that's a great
because none of these
it'd be like
people...
a translator for the old people.
But at the same token, is the translator is only as like worth as the translator is able to put it into a language they're able to comprehend.
This is true.
Well, but it's gonna be much better than like the senator going
no,
like,
Alex
oh,
has a pretty large point,
It's like
though.
it's like trying to teach a
like-
baby in America who doesn't know English
Yeah,
yet
you're right.
Chinese,
he has a
while
point.
your
Fair.
family only speaks
Yep.
English.
You're fair.
No, he has a
And-
point, because
God,
if you translate it over, you're not going to get it
They're not
back
gonna
through to
understand it,
them,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
then it loses all its value.
that's actually now I see why they don't have one, because they wouldn't understand.
And
what
they'd
they're
just be
saying.
wasting
Yep.
money. But I mean, they're good at that.
Yep.
However,
Well, that's not the
Me too.
problem. Yeah, they have fun with our money.
yeah, they
Don't
do.
worry.
They can spend it on better things,
Well, like yachts and such.
like
A $2 million bathroom in New York City.
Yep.
That's like
real.
the size of a shed.
Jamie put that up.
Whereas a good
Yeah, but
decent
a
chunk of
picture.
first responders are still
Oh yeah, we didn't
volunteer.
even mention he's Alex is like a funny EMT. He like saves people's lives.
Yes,
and
I
stuff.
am. I am. That I do.
He hates his job though.
That's
so,
not
you know.
true. I really like my job. I don't like people who call 911 for reasons
He just
of
constantly complaining.
that's getting cut. Everything you said, I
Yeah.
don't like people who call 911, and that's cut.
yeah, just all right. And guys,
Basically.
he works at this
Yep.
company.
Yeah, he
and,
hates his job.
Make sure to
No.
make sure to send that to the CEO.
Spam
Make
call.
sure to
Thank you.
make sure to set it ablaze. Okay?
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, call me if you need help getting to bed. Had that happen before.
Well, just I guess
I
just
will.
don't call
Thank
his
you.
like company that does it, just because you
No,
know
that was
he might be
911.
watching
That
Netflix
was
or something.
that's when I was working under 911 in the city. I got a call for a family just wanting help into bed.
Well, honestly, that's fair. I'd have trouble falling asleep in the city. It's loud.
Yeah, no.
Always
I mean,
know
yeah,
it.
no,
I probably need a
that's
bedtime
true.
story myself, honestly.
They did
Yeah.
call for an ambulance though, and it was I mean,
It was an emergency. They need the rest.
True. Maybe,
fair.
they might have had like an appointment. They got too
That
early
is
in the
possible. It
morning.
was like 6 p.m., but I mean, you have a point.
Well, they need the rest.
I don't know how early. Maybe they have the flight at like 2 a.m. I don't know.
I mean, it's possible.
You don't know. You didn't ask.
You should
I,
have.
I,
You should.
I don't know if that's within my description.
It's not. You're just a good person.
It's just the kindness of your
It's an
heart. Yeah,
activity.
because that profession, it's really just like a selfless profession where you try and help as many people as you can.
Oh yeah, all of these companies are not for
Oh
profit.
yeah, no,
Yes,
not
I
for
mean,
profit. Don't worry.
He's doing.
They don't make
He's an
a
intern.
penny off.
Well,
it.
I
He's an
think
intern.
this company discloses that they are for profit because they do actually pay their employees.
Yeah, Alex,
Oh,
do you
you-
want to?
as
No,
not a
wait, no.
ju-
He told me about
Sorry.
this. Alex, can you tell me the level of importance of each of? So like,
Well, this is on a national level.
Go
This is by I guess it would
No,
be
but it is
this-
because you guys are like strictly a company that you're like slightly different.
Oh no, that wasn't from that's when I learned to become an EMT. That was like in my EMT training. Like that was
The customer comes like second to last. or something.
it's you, we, us, and then they. So it's
What's the
you,
difference
the
between we and us?
you, the provider, you and your partner,
Oh,
then the patient, then everyone else, so bystanders and everything like that. So your first priority is to keep yourself safe and okay. Second is partner, and then third is the patient. So if the patient's in let's say the patient's in an actively burning building, we're just EMTs. We are not trained to go and we don't have the oxygen tanks for ourselves. We can't keep ourselves sustained within a burning building. So the firefighters go in first. We don't rush in to try to save someone. The firefighters do that. Once they come out and are in a safe location for us to do our jobs, then we can work on the patient. But we are not going to be risking ourselves as providers where we're not going to be able to do anything to help the person and ultimately just cause more injuries.
you should.
And there's no money in that.
That's also
and-
true.
yeah.
But you should explain the tiers that they have with that whole spiel you just did, because the way you described it was the customer comes like second to last. I mean, they're really not.
Well,
the
that's what it
priority
is. So if let's say,
That's just the way you worded it the first time you said
well, I
it.
mein,
So I'm
Sure.
like, wow, that
I
that
try.
sucks.
To be fair, I did try to explain it to you as if if we got a
I
call
wasn't
for
listening.
something where let's say someone's armed in a house, we got a call for let's say cardiac arrest or like a stabbing and the person is still inside and not detained by police or anything like that. Police haven't secured the site. We are not going into that building until the police get there first, because if we show up and the person who has a knife is still hostile or whatever, we could end up becoming patients as well. So we don't go in. I have waited at a scene before until police showed up, because we weren't able to confirm that the scene is safe. for us as providers.
You gotta tell us about those. That sounds way more exciting than you like putting a grandma into like tucking her into bed.
I mean, to be fair, that one was canceled
That was
one of the
pretty
times
exciting.
because we got a call for domestic. It was possibly domestic, but both of the people that were in the house came out. They said that it was okay. They only got in a small fight about because the wife didn't want to go to the hospital. The husband wanted the wife to go to the hospital. She had like a chronic condition or something like that. We ended up RMAing, which means refusal of medical assistance. So she was able to stay home with her husband. I think they ended up going to the hospital the day after because she had a surgery scheduled or something like that. But the argument that was happening on the phone was that I think the wife like locked herself in the bathroom or something because she was getting overwhelmed or whatever, and the husband was like trying to get her to go to the hospital. A little bit of an agitated
She was
tone.
also trying to save him from having to sell his like internal organ.
Oh yeah.
This is true.
Hospitals are extremely expensive. As a provider, I do know that. Except some people are under Medicare and Medicaid, and they are going to the hospital because they have a cold, and there's nothing else significantly medically wrong with them in terms of vitals.
I
got
Fidelis,
problems. I don't cut
with
the money
the
for
United States like medical
you see some of the people that are just like, I've taken homeless people to the hospital for no reason other than they're homeless. There's nothing medically wrong. They're just drunk and homeless, and we take them to the hospital. They sit in a bed until they sober up, and then they get sent right back out on the streets. And that is
I would just
covered
like
by
lie
Medicare.
and say that I'm sick. Like where are they gonna bill me? They can't even send the bill anywhere.
Yeah, Medicare. That's what it is. That's what they're covered under.
Well, homeless. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They have like a broad.
Yeah, it's the
like,
government.
thing,
It's whatever the government.
Yep.
Medical
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff is.
So you just have like free housing.
It's
for
not really fair.
Yeah,
is it?
it's very interesting when you actually work, firsthand in that field. But yeah, I could write.
Well,
I could make a lot of.
Just I'll bring up Cyberpunk for the millionth time. Just wait for the future where it's like Cyberpunk, where the people pay like a membership and there's different like amounts they pay in tiers.
Yeah,
and
they
then
will
those
like just
people
leave
get
you
priority over the other. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So there's a platinum member. We come and grab you and take you right to the hospital right away, but not this silver member.
Yeah,
over here.
we'll get like one of the.
Dumb.
that's very interesting. Yeah, see that I guess would be
Yeah.
like the far end
We'll
of
bring
insurance.
in the. And that's where it's headed for sure. Like, we have the teleporter device here. We could just teleport you into the hospital, but we're gonna get an ambulance out for the like silver member.
Yeah. But that's kind of what
wouldn't be
happens
so
here. I mean, in a semi way. It's like, since we are technically both private and public, it depends on if you direct call us or you call 911. There are people that are like,
crazy
yeah,
when
that are
you
like,
explain that to me.
I got good insurance.
Who-
I use your guys' hospital all the time.
No, not
Take
that.
me.
Like that people call you like just like they have your guys' number because it's not 911.
Oh, yeah,
it's your like company number. They have that, and that's what they
There
call an
was like
emergency.
one
that's crazy.
time that I was given a call that I was like, okay, this is like super emergent, and they called their number. I don't know why they didn't call 911.
That's what like doesn't work in my head for me. I don't get that.
Well, our dispatchers are also supposed to call 911 if the ambulance is too far out from the scene and it's like super emergent. Because like we got one it was a direct dial, which means that they called our number, and it was for it was for a guy having a heart attack. And I'm like, we are like 20 minutes out.
Yeah.
Why are we not calling 911?
No. Well, you have to drive a guy like 40 minutes to his hospital one time. Doesn't even tell you that?
Yes, but that was like a semi-transport. I learned afterwards that I should have done that in a different manner because I used to come from private, so it was like, if they're gonna go from this nursing home to the hospital, that's where they're going. You can't change that, and there's nothing you can kind of dispute about it. But I didn't know that here. I was kind of also able to talk to someone about that and possibly change what was happening. But I ended up taking someone from the facility to the hospital, and it was about a 40-minute long drive. So yeah, that was it was completely non-emergent. It was just because the person needed some kind of like test done or something, and that was like that should have been covered by.
They should have just drove. Really.
I mean, yeah. But, that's what the
math or
that's what those
I don't
transport
ask for
companies
the
are
ambulance when I have like a checkup.
Yeah, but like I said though, one woman I had recently, she didn't want to wait for an appointment with the ear, nose, and throat doctor. She didn't want to wait for the bus to take to the urgent care that was like down the road from her, and I guess she didn't want to walk there or has never heard of a taxi or an Uber. So instead of doing any one of those things I just mentioned, she decides to call for an ambulance instead to go to the hospital because she's had a cold for 4 days.
Could have been chronic.
She had no other chief complaint aside from fever. She had a sore throat and chills, I think, and a cough or something.
That's scary. I would have called.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah, I should have called 911 the other day when I was, in bed with the however high fever I had.
Well, you did the other time.
I did, but that was also because I was having a panic attack. That wasn't directly because of the fever.
But I mean, think about the people who had
I
to
did.
get
I do feel bad in
their perspective.
afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, oh my God, I am so sorry. It's like I was that patient.
The Danny DeVito. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the people are just kind of stupid. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even gonna go on a banking spiel this episode. It's another episode thing. I can go on like a
no
spiel
Joe rant.
Yeah, and
no rant alert. This Jesus, you're making me want to, but I'm not gonna take up the rest of the episode.
It really is just customer service though, because at the end of the day, like 911, not 911 specifically, like really critical stuff. I mean, that's not really any customer service. That's more so just providing life-saving treatment. But for the non-emergent ones, it really is customer service based, and that's where both of our professions kind of overlap, where it's trying to provide customer service to people that sometimes really don't understand.
Mine's just customer service.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but like when you get frustrated with some of your, like you've told me things about customers trying to give you pennies and stuff, you're luckily able to deny them. But I forgot, you mentioned something one time. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things.
We're not
Well, they
exactly
have to be rolled.
Yes, if they are rolled and they come, which they did last week, they come in with $1,500 worth of
They're just sitting there.
coins.
Might as well use
yes,
them.
that's
Coins.
what you told. Yeah, yes, that is what you told me
Coins.
about.
Mostly
you
quarters.
could-
but
You could get a PS5 and it's just sitting there on your fucking couch, and you just gotta pick them out. Yeah, you know.
go to King. Go to King Cullen.
Well,
Go to King
yeah,
Cullen.
No, that's what I said. That's what I
Go
said.
to King Cullen.
Wait, was that?
This was with
Was that
me.
for Joe?
That was for me.
Yeah, that
We
was
were
for
there,
you. I went in and did it.
Yeah, because I was way too lazy to go in.
Because
but-
Joe owed me money, so I
This is
went
true.
in
and I had no cash
and got.
on me.
So he
And-
gave me his change to
Yes.
get cash
And I was
from
poor.
the Coinstar
I was
machine.
very poor at that moment, and I had like no money in my bank account. So I was like, I have like
Thank you.
$80 in coins that I can give
Handful.
you. He didn't want to take the coins. He was like, "Oh, I don't want this. I can't use it." I was like, "We go to King Cullen. We can do it there."
I knew that, you know
Yeah.
what, at least I'd get my money.
You got
now.
your money.
That's the only
You
thing.
did.
Yeah, so you know what?
You did.
Yeah, it worked out.
But I did.
No rant.
People are
I'm
people.
not doing
What,
it.
There's
Joe,
no-
what,
there's
Joe,
no
what it
good
comes down to
segue
is
for
that
the next
people are
topic.
people, and you can't control other. You can do the best to,
They aren't people.
you can do the best to try to understand
machines
them and communicate with
malfunctioning.
them. But at the end of the day, you can't. They are their own person.
Change them.
They're
We
their own
can't change
person, and they're gonna do what they're gonna do. And you have to understand that there's only so much that's in your control.
And you cannot stop them from walking into the glass walls.
Yeah, and you
Yep.
cannot stop
Multiple
them
times.
from waiting until Christmas morning to call 911.
Talk about
Well,
Apple.
oh, okay, no, continue.
Apple and their App Store policy for like ever now. They've been in a with Epic Games. They've been in a lawsuit about letting
I did
Fortnite
hear that.
on the App Store and such, because Fortnite got taken off the App Store because they wanted to do the microtransactions themselves and like not have it go through the App Store,
Yeah.
where they get a cut. Long story short, that's actually finally paying off, and Fortnite will be coming back to the App Store in
Very
the
cool.
EU.
Oh, yeah,
in
you
the
disclaimer.
So VPN.
So not really sure how that's gonna work in the US. But
won't.
it does mean that we'll be able to sideload apps and use other app stores on the iPhone, probably.
Could be nice.
Now our guest here using his weird Linux phone.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
He doesn't
Says
have
the
this
one
issue.
Does
running
not.
his computer on Linux at the moment.
He doesn't. Yeah, but you use
Yeah,
it
but
every.
you use it on your
more
phone.
than I do.
Yeah, use it on your phone.
Yeah.
Really.
You do.
It's much more manageable on the old Peter.
Yeah. But
Wait, I can install
but
Fortnite
yeah.
on my phone.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
You can
Because
install anything
on your Linux
like,
phone,
yeah.
No, I can't.
you already have the ability to install
yes,
other app
yes,
stores
yes,
with an
you are correct.
APK. So
I
yeah,
thought you meant from
you already
the Play
do that.
Store. Yeah, no, you're correct.
No,
Not
but yeah,
Play
you can
Store.
install the
Shut
Epic
up,
App
Joe.
Store and do it.
But
But yeah, so you never had this issue, but Joe and I mean,
normal
Fortnite
people.
doesn't matter, but I've had plenty of examples where, like, you know, maybe there's something I'd want on my phone, like YouTube with no ads, not the default app.
That's not happening.
It's kind of an issue. I have it right now,
do?
but it's annoying. I have to constantly refresh certificates, and it's not very convenient.
That sounds upsetting.
But, yeah.
With like mobile YouTube, I've just eaten it. Honestly, I did too much effort for me to remove ads.
You just watch them.
No, I don't watch them.
There's a lot, though. I don't know how you do that.
See it.
Yeah, but you don't watch like
as
that
much YouTube. You're right.
and as long videos.
This
I
is
feel
true.
like.
Yeah. No, I watch some
Maybe?
video
Okay.
essays, but no, not too many ads on there. Honestly,
Yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube, so that would just not work.
that'd
Like
screw you.
a long video with ads every couple of seconds.
Yeah. Speaking of YouTubers,
Yes, good segue.
unfortunate news. I mean, however you want to see it, there was like some
I
controversy.
mean, someone
with,
died, so it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
He wasn't a great person, but
Yeah, there was some weird controversy with him. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
what
even
he
so
said.
he was an interesting character. Well, let's
He was
preface
very
it.
Too bad.
Too Mad
Yes.
died from an overdose, presumably.
Or, yeah.
And
Yeah.
more importantly, Overwatch 2, and then
Yes.
the overdose would have gotten him
So
otherwise.
he died playing Overwatch 2. That
Playing
was,
Hammer. Yeah.
Playing Hammond.
Like having 55
Yeah, have
deaths.
to include that.
Well, the stats said 54, but yes,
That's what I said, and then you corrected me to
This is
55.
true.
there was one more death.
The one more death
This
was
is true.
yeah.
It was
see.
just not put on the stats there.
I see. That's sad. That's really
God,
sad.
I really want to put in the image that is now my profile picture, but I won't be putting that in there because
Jamie.
I'm reading our little segment notes right here, and I like the in parentheses died playing Overwatch 2. What a terrible way to go.
that I would not want to go
It
out that way.
absolutely is.
No, I do.
I would not
agree
want
with
to go
that.
out that way.
I cannot imagine it. Getting hit by a car sounds enjoyable.
It
compared to
does.
I
that.
did like.
No, it
I mean,
does.
I was a fan of Overwatch in the very beginning. Once they made
know.
this, once they started
Well,
talking
yeah.
about the second game and everything like that, I like Kiriko as a character.
Story,
but
a campaign.
I
that
mean,
we
they
get to
Go
really-
play.
ahead, hop on the story mode.
I miss my loot boxes, man. I miss my loot boxes. Those were fun. And now it's
Well,
just
now
a
you have a
battle,
battle
pass.
pass.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a battle pass
You like
and then
it in
rotating
Fortnite,
store
why not
like
in
Why
Overwatch?
not in
Fortnite.
every other game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
No, but
yeah,
the-
it's
sounds
just yeah.
The way that it was
It's where it's
discovered-
going, baby.
I just think the way that it was discovered that he died was crazy because it took them 5 days to find him.
Well, you'd be surprised
After he died.
You'd be surprised. I mean, I guess because he is more so of an internet like.
He doesn't
personality.
have that many people
This
that
is
care
But yeah,
about him.
This is
they're.
also true.
I mean, relatively. I mean, 5 days isn't terrible. I mean,
There's lonely people.
I've worked with people who have told me stories about not finding bodies until like 15 days afterward. Like the entire apartment built. Like they were an apartment building, and even since they walked in the doors to the apartment building, it smelled like death.
Like I've never like been by a dead body, but I've heard that it is like the worst odor you can smell ever.
Yeah, again, I haven't experienced that yet either, but I have had a lot of people tell me that it is really unpleasant and it's a
Like-
very distinct smell.
How does it go unnoticed for 5 days? It's like
I'm not surprised.
Crazy.
What I'm saying is, really, no one was there for him to like
This
check
is
in
true,
on
Yeah,
him.
but,
yeah,
like,
that happens.
And
to be
the
fair,
reason
I don't know if he
think
lives,
about him. He's a weird dude.
yeah.
He's one of these people that covers himself in so many layers of irony
This
that you
is
do not
also
ever
true.
know when
Yeah.
he's being serious.
You're right.
Like Sam Hyde would probably be an example I could. Think
I don't
of.
know him that well. I know who you're talking about, but I don't.
He never
follow-
breaks character. Never
Really?
breaks character.
Okay, no, then.
So
that's
Joe
accurate.
Joe can kind of relate to this
This
a
is-
bit, but
yeah.
not to that extent. Joe will
You
break
won't.
character
Yes.
and Joe has tells, but too
Yeah.
mad.
You will not be
Was
catching
just always
me
that,
playing
you can
Overwatch
tell.
2 as well.
Yeah, big chillin'.
That you got me there.
Well, he was isn't that what he started doing, Overwatch? I think that's what I remember first seeing from him was his like Overwatch
two-man?
videos.
I don't.
Yeah.
I know. I
remember,
think Victor
honestly.
is
I
correct.
think he
I think he
started
was like
doing
meme
Overwatch.
shitpost videos.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
of
yes.
Overwatch.
Yes,
But
it was.
then,
I do remember.
All I remember from him
Alright.
was that he would raid like Zoom calls during COVID.
Yeah, well that was later, but like
that's really
before
how
that,
I knew him.
think
I didn't
it was-
watch him before that.
Well, that was he blew up, I'd say then.
Yeah.
But he was already like somewhat Overwatch stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't have as much of a reach as Zoom that everyone was using during COVID compared to Overwatch. But yeah, he was a weird dude, but I mean, always sad to see a fellow YouTuber,
Fellow YouTuber.
bite the
yeah.
dust. Did-
Anyone really, but yes, a YouTuber.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so there is, you go with the segue on this
I
one.
go with this. I have a segue. I'm just gonna
Yes,
put
you
I'm
do.
just gonna put a GIF of the segue emote from Fortnite. I think that
Speaking
works.
of Joe,
Yeah. Speaking of
What?
Speaking of allegations with interacting with minors.
I see the connection.
I
a
didn't
list
even
was
look at it
released,
before.
including
Went
the
to make it
names
say-
of a bunch of
Quite
individuals
large.
who potentially interacted with minors in an inappropriate manner. I
This is
think
true.
most
That's the
notably and most
Epstein
memed upon
document.
as of the list was probably Stephen Hawking.
but which was false.
This
Oh,
is
it was?
not
It was a
true.
confirmed
I
false?
blatant.
That was
We've
confirmed.
confirmed this false to you actually.
I must have not. But
Yes,
We
this is
have.
we
true.
have.
But I mean,
because
all I
I
know
told
is-
you that I.
But yeah, you can still talk about it.
Yeah, I mean,
It was funny.
I only knew about it from the memes, and I don't know if the memes are gonna die just because it was proven false. But
No,
Yeah,
no, they're
yeah,
still
I mean-
going. They are still
I mean, the
going.
memes are pretty great.
Yeah.
You
No,
can't,
it's
I mean,
funny,
even
for
if he
sure.
wasn't involved in it, they're just the memes that
Oh,
occurred.
go ahead. Say what it was. I actually
Yeah.
can't remember properly.
Apparently, what people alleged is that he got off to watching short people. I don't know what the PC
Little
term.
people, I think. I think little people is correct.
Maybe little people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people of short
Little people is
stature attempt math equations on a chalkboard too high for them to reach.
They did that. They did do that.
Which I don't even know if that falls under child. But
Does not. Well, they're
Well,
adults.
they are small.
yeah,
though, so
I
it
mean,
does kinda
apparently,
work.
But-
according to what it was,
yeah.
he also allegedly had like interactions with minors there. But I know that
well,
a lot
who
of
didn't at that island really?
I know, but from what I heard, people, I don't remember who it was, but one of the individuals who was like alleged with going onto the island said they went onto the island, but it wasn't all like child stuff. Some of like there was
Well, it was an island.
there was like
Yeah, there's a lot
normal
of
stuff.
Probably a lot
Yeah,
of
there was
stuff
like
there.
normal stuff there, and then there was like the
Um,
shady stuff.
Frank.
Well, they
oh,
gotta
no.
please
There
all
is.
the people. I mean,
speaking of that, you actually bring up a
everyone
good point.
likes different
Frank
flavors of
Reynolds. He did not do any of the kid stuff.
I think
but
it might have
he
been.
Was
Yeah, I think it might have been him that I heard this about.
Frank Reynolds. Yes.
Yeah.
From It's Always
Yeah.
Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, screw
putting
you!
up
No,
the
screw. I thought you were the
I'm
actor.
putting up.
May or may not have been the official beverage supplier of Jeffrey Epstein.
What? Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah, but before you judge me, know this. Yes, I was on the sex island, but only for the snorkeling. I didn't know anything about the kid stuff. No, look.
Oh, who's the actor?
Who's the actor?
Daniel DeVito. He was not on the list, but I'm going to be putting up the clip from It's Always Sunny.
Thank you. Make me look like a real genius here. Nah, I think it was probably some political figure or some shit like that. It was some
There's
person
a
of high
million
status.
political figures on there.
Yeah.
hey, Jamie, put in a troll strikes again over the top of the screen.
Yeah. He's the most affected by my.
I mean, like, yeah,
my
but like
effect.
we've chalked it up to, I'm like,
It's
I'm like
a-
kind of
he-
autistic
He does.
here.
No, he does.
So it's kind of difficult
No,
for
he
me
does.
to, ascertain whether or not we're, trolling.
I don't
or not.
even. I can't even believe that. It's hard
I
for
couldn't.
me to believe that.
I was trying to keep in the laugh too, and just like leave it the whole thing.
You
but
would have
Victor
got-
started.
you would have
Victor
gotten there.
started giggling. He started giggling, and I couldn't.
yeah, that couldn't. Was he it?
It's like
Nah,
it's
I'll
like
tell you, you got
you're
me.
It's like the teacher tells you to stop like talking in the back, and then you look at your friend, and he has the like this face.
Oh
on,
yeah.
and
And you just laugh.
You
And they
can't-
didn't even have to say anything.
No.
It's just looking at each other. You guys keep giggling and can't
Yep.
stop. And then you have to look away, or the teacher separates you.
Yep.
Good.
Classic.
Yeah, one Joe pushed me out of the.
This is true. Me and Noah had a system.
Yes, I was.
Did we told you about this billions of times? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Joe harassing me in math class in 6th grade.
False. I never pushed you out. This was all. I only told Noah to push you.
Well, you were
every
part of
5
it. You took
seconds.
place in it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was. I was.
That's when Joe started his troll career
Yeah.
on me, and he only continued it
I think that is when
No.
it started.
on me at least.
'Cause-
I think that's when I
well,
met Joe.
I knew. I met you in 5th grade, Victor, but I didn't really troll back then. Because we only played video games on the bus. Like that's really all we knew each other from.
Yeah, this is true. I guess I can't say that I remember necessarily.
I wasn't really like this before I met you guys,
Speaking of
to my knowledge.
playing video games on the bus,
Maybe not outwardly.
Maybe.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
did you guys?
Honestly.
Were you?
play with each other on the bus?
No, I was gonna ask if you guys
Oh, sorry. I
installed
wasn't sure. you-
FNAF on your mobile devices and played, because
I never did.
I think I did. I played like FNAF 2, I
I
think.
felt like I remember that being big, like in grade
was,
school, like
like, in-
playing
in that-
FNAF on our phones.
Well, then was probably my Kindle, and the Kindle
No,
did
you
not
didn't,
use the
no.
Google Play
Ah.
Store. It had its own
Like
Amazon.
oh
Amazon
yeah,
and stuff,
yeah, yeah,
wow.
and they
And
had
I
like
do not
nothing.
think
yeah,
it
they
was
had
on there.
nothing on there.
No, they had stuff. It was just like
They had
far
Angry
in between.
Birds.
Like they had GTA San Andreas. That was on there.
That's also true.
They didn't have FNAF.
Yeah.
They didn't have Instagram. Some things
That
were
was
just
true too. That was a weird one to not have.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, that lovely memories. Victor, you had more AI stuff actually. For the first time, it's not me.
our favorite topic.
Yep,
We get to
started
put
it off almost.
we get to put ChatGPT in the thumbnail.
it's so
I'm
upsetting.
not putting
For
that
the
in
800th
thumbnail
time.
again.
No, we have
No,
to.
I'm
we
not
have
doing
to.
it. I'm the thumbnail designer. I say what
Um,
goes.
Well, now what we're starting to see is video. Not
It's
that
true.
like it didn't exist at all before, but like they're
Yeah.
like
Massively
convincing
improved.
AI made videos
Oh
now. of
yes,
people.
I did see that
Unless-
actually.
Unless you look
Yes.
at the hands or teeth, you honestly couldn't tell. I couldn't.
I thought
Yeah,
it was
I
real
don't
footage. I was
know
getting
what-
trolled.
No.
I don't know what the popular. I don't remember. Should have put this in the notes, but there's a popular tool. It's not
I
ChatGPT.
no,
I
I
should
know,
have
but
pulled it up.
well,
That
no,
everyone
there
was
is an
using.
OpenAI tool though that they just released.
Oh yes, no, that is
That
a big one.
hold
What
on,
was
let
it
me-
called?
Let me
though?
look it up real quick. I actually,
Yes, I think I got
Sora.
an email.
Sora. It's called Sora. Text to video, and it's
Yeah, was
pretty,
it? Was
pretty
that
good.
might have been it?
It is. I
I'm
think
not
it is. That's
I
the
think, yeah.
biggest one that came out just recently.
I mean, and everyone's already using ChatGPT, and if you have an OpenAI account, I
you
imagine
can get it.
just
It's just
sign
not
yeah.
out. It's not like out yet. They're
Ah,
announcing that it
I see.
exists.
I see.
Yeah. They're like showing the documentation and stuff about it, but it's coming out soon, is what they said. So.
And then we're gonna go
Yeah.
right back to all the hullabaloo around
Oh
it.
yeah. Yeah.
It was
I'll-
already bad with the
yeah.
images and the art and
The art
the
never
legal
got
implications.
really better,
Well-
honestly, for me. I've tried the
What do you mean?
like the Dolly thing.
oh, like looking better.
Yeah, it hasn't. It stayed.
Were you
the
talking about
same.
DALI 2?
There's 3 now.
Oh,
But
okay. Is that
it's-
the one you've used?
I've used, and
You
it's
still- okay.
not bad, but it's like you have to be either really specific with it, or it's just not gonna do something that's like what you want it to do. I don't know.
I mean, I'd agree that it's usually not indistinguishable at all.
No.
But it doesn't mean that it can't make something that's good.
I've seen good ones.
That and
but I
you know
haven't
the
been able to make them.
everyone brings up is like the art. People submit that as their art in a competition, and it's like, should that win because it's AI? Blah blah.
I
blah.
don't think that should count.
I mean,
because you didn't create it, really.
Yeah. Well, that goes into the legal side, which is like they're just stealing all of these photos.
Also true.
And using them. So like, I mean, technically, like, your Shutterfly stock image.
There was a big one.
Is in there.
Yeah, because obviously it's trained on just like a ridiculous amount of data, and I mean, it's not just making up this design; it's merged from like a bunch of random like data they have, and I saw that there was a big one they had. They were really upset about. It was a good show, the Loki show, the second season that came out recently.
I didn't watch the second season.
I liked it. It was pretty good story wise, but they released.
Did I watch it?
Maybe you did. I don't know.
Oh, I think I watched some of it. I didn't finish it.
It was good, but they released a promo art for it, and they blatantly like used AI to make the poster, and they just like cropped Tom Hiddleston like in there.
Yes, this is what the Asian guy from the Everything, that movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once, right? Yeah, I watched some of it at least. Yeah.
I was, if you told me it was AI, I would be like, okay, yeah, I see it, but like, it's fine. But if you like, it just looks really bad as a poster.
So this was for the cover art,
for like the like a poster, like,
yeah, okay,
like advertisement for it. But like, I feel like they're gonna start doing that more because Marvel has been a whole like just their effort and everything has just been going straight down.
Well, they claim they're fixing that now and they're slowing down production.
Yeah, I don't
Is Madam Web on? That's under Marvel, right?
So
yes,
yeah, that was actually another topic we had. I think it just like deleted itself somehow.
Well, I think it's because we also haven't watched it yet.
Well, we will.
We do. Well, I mentioned it last night that as an homage to Morbius.
We will watch it.
Well, we can talk about it when we watch it.
Yeah, but I just wanted to talk about the already the reviews that are pouring in.
Yes.
Yes. Not good.
One of the actresses apparently.
Like not even memeing anymore. Like they are saying that it makes Morbius look like The Godfather.
Yes. I saw that said that it makes insane. Morbius look like Interstellar.
Yeah, like it's yikes. Yeah, like it makes no one happy. Like if you're a comic fan, you're gonna be upset. If you're just like a person that's just going to watch the movie, you know nothing about the comics or whatever, you're gonna be upset. Like anything. Like there's no redeeming qualities of the movie at all. Like I'm hoping that it's just like laughably bad because I want to like enjoy my like hour that I'm gonna waste there. But if it's not, I'm gonna be really upset. That's like money down the drain.
I mean, they made the mistake of leaving the comment section on their TikTok advertisement, and
that's really upsetting. Why would they? First mistake, really.
Well, they want to hear what the community has to say.
The community has nothing good to say. And they never had anything good to say.
Only terrible things to say about it.
Yeah, I would imagine. When has the community ever said anything good?
They already created so many of like the
not
she webbed all over the place.
Popular social media comment section.
Massive spoilers for Madam Web, guys, but like the fucking suits that you see in the trailer aren't actually in the movie. They never suit up. They suit up for 3 seconds in a dream sequence.
Yes. Did you see the one where it's like one of these things is false and then the rest are true?
Yes, that exact one where she's born in Peru to preach,
and then in a Peru cave system, and then raised by magical spider people or some shit like that.
Yeah, darkest Peru.
We gotta watch it. Yeah. Homeland.
Oh yeah. And like I don't understand why they're making these movies because they all of the like the Morbius, Venom was fine. Venom's like the only like decent one out there, but they're making Kraven now too. Like these are all Spider-Man villains.
Kraven,
like they suck. They're so bad. It looks.
There
awful.
is lore, and we've kind of talked about it actually.
Maybe
we discussed a while ago, but in the episode, I didn't have the correct info on it. and so I don't think we ever like figured out. But we talked about Sony and Marvel and like the relations with a Spider-Man movie, right? We definitely discussed this.
Probably.
And well, we were just like talking about like, oh well, you were like, oh well, maybe Marvel has this much say in it and Sony has this.
Oh yeah,
Correct answer is Marvel has 0 say.
Really?
A long time ago, Sony actually, Marvel wanted to sell a bunch of like characters, like
so
ones in
yeah,
the
so I know about
universe,
that.
and not,
They have
and Sony
Spider-Man rights.
100%
They
bought
ripped
out
it,
Sony in movies.
This is true.
So they bought out Spider-Man for movies. So Sony has complete control over making Spider-Man movies. So that actually is the relation that we're connecting it
This
to.
is true, but that changed back when they added him into the MCU. That Civil War movie when they introduced him. That semi changed where they have some say and they can include him in like their stuff.
I
think,
suppose the say would be related to the other half of it
I
that
would
they
assuming
don't have
like
the full
when
say
they're
over.
when they're in those like Marvel properties, I think that's when they have a say in it. Other than that, I think it's like 0.
But the straight Spider-Man movie is like is theirs.
I think so, yeah.
But so that's the lore with that, and that ties in because that's why they make these other movies, because they cannot just like make a Spider-Man movie. They have the other characters, and so they can go ahead and make movies on them.
But like the thing is, they have full control on just throwing out a Spider-Man or putting Spider-Man in their movies.
Well, apparently,
because in the Venom, well, before I cut you off, Alex, in the Venom movie, they had Tom Holland just like show up in one of their scenes. Like, he was in like the news thing, but he was still there. Like, it counts.
We really
They referenced.
Are we counting it?
I'm
referencing it.
I'm counting it because
I
he showed up in the movie.
Referencing it's different though.
Well, a little spoiler for the movie is that apparently a baby Peter Parker is shown within it.
That was the whole. Okay, so that was the whole point of the movie, is where she is supposed to like protect Peter Parker and these girls, and this villain dude is trying to kill Peter Parker before he is born. A weird storyline, but Peter Parker is born at the end of the movie, and he's not even named. They don't say Peter Parker. It's just a baby.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was like the entire point of the movie. I thought this was just like kind of like Morbius,
that was,
where it was just like
the big part of the movie.
A random kind of thing.
No, Morbius didn't even reference anything to do with Spider-Man at all. Actually, you could just see that as its own movie and call it a day.
Well, fans are actually kind of referencing Morbius a bit in these comments. Like one TikToker said, my favorite line. This was in the comments of the advertisement on TikTok. They said, my favorite line was when she said, maybe the Madam Webs was the friends we made along the way and webbed everywhere. In classic Morbius fashion.
That's awesome. It's Madam Webbing time.
Yes, and then someone said this is going to make $1 $1 million.
Yeah, no, it doesn't flow off the tongue as best.
It really doesn't.
$1 billion.
Well, since we're talking about Spider-Man, we might as well throw in a little side topic of the fact that Joe bought a PS5.
Yes, he
that we never
did.
actually liked.
This is true.
To play Spider-Man.
Correct. Other games as well. There's, Ratchet and Clank.
Well,
Fortnite.
And if we connect it to our last topic, Sony does not have the right to make a Spider-Man video game and pays millions and millions of dollars to Marvel because the good old leaks that we had from what's the developer? I can't remember.
We got a giant leak from them. That was
they pay a lot of money to mommy Marvel.
Oh my god, they leaked like their whole like next 10-year plan. They leaked a Venom game, a Wolverine, like footage, not test footage, like gameplay footage of
we
Wolverine.
knew about the Wolverine, we just hadn't seen the gameplay.
Yeah, but their literal gameplay, which is insane. There's like
a whole test build, if you were gonna say that.
And it's insane to me. Blatant plans on their confirmed we're making a Venom game. And I think they're doing another X-Men game. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere on there.
They're doing a show.
They are doing a show, animated
X-Men
show.
something. It's a year, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
It looks good. It's a continuation of the old X-Men animated show. I didn't watch it, but you know, it's supposed to be a continuation of that. The Deadpool trailer dropped. Deadpool 3. That was pretty interesting. It looks fun. They have like the Loki agents in there for some reason. I don't really know.
Yes, the TVA
those
agents.
guys.
Yes, that was interesting. I'm not really sure.
I think that's how they're like bringing them into the like Marvel universe, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Interesting, weird choice though.
Yeah.
Because it's like a family-friendly show, and then the other is not
Yes.
family-friendly.
Well, he blatantly says pegging in the trailer.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
But it is Marvel Studios. So, like you see, like there's like clips of the Avengers that he's like watching.
Yes.
So, like, he's in there.
And then Wolverine's also in there, which is
This is
it
true.
brings up
They
an
didn't
interesting
show-
question.
It's called
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
But I mean, it
yeah.
brings up the interesting question of whether or not Wolverine is actually going to his banner in Fortnite shop again.
His banner?
Wait, do we know who's Wolverine?
Yeah,
is
Hugh
it
Jackman.
not
It's-
Hugh
it is
Jackman?
Hugh
Jackman.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is Hugh
yeah,
Jackman.
no,
okay.
We just didn't like see him, but no, there's like set photos of him like blatantly in costume. There is no like without the mask and everything.
No,
It's,
I
like,
feel like
literally Hugh Jackman.
Was he
just
really not in the trailer
chilling
at all?
in-
I feel like he was.
He was in the trailer.
Uh,
No, he was, but you didn't see his face.
Oh,
or
yeah,
him
then
actually. No,
Wolverine
you saw
was not
you
Hugh
saw
Jackman.
a shadow.
No, but
you
I
saw
could
a
have
shadow of
sworn
him,
there was like another time he was in it. Maybe I'm like just imagining
wearing
him
a
in there.
white suit. I think it's like supposed to be a different version of him or something.
It's possible.
I don't know. But you only really see a shadow of him. But I mean, I'm still cool with that. I really like Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman's-
Yeah.
So
I used to like him a lot in the other movies that he did.
in our little like segment thing,
The
that we
Greatest
have,
Showman. That was your favorite movie.
I see that handheld gaming consoles is a topic, and it actually just reminded me of something because you said the competitive Steam Deck. Have you guys heard about
MLS.
the Valve? What was it? Valve Deckard, but like some.
Yeah, the VR
Yes.
thing.
Did you guys
No.
hear about the furry that created a fake release post for it?
Interesting.
They created
No.
a web page like the Apple what is it, Apple Vision thing.
The Vision
Yes.
Pro.
So they
That was
released
actually also on
a
here, but it got
basically in like a Steam kind of release like format, a very like realistic looking web page that highlighted this non-existent like
But the thing is, it wasn't in Valve's domain, so like it would have been an
Yeah.
immediate tell. Like, what was the URL?
I
of
have
the
no idea,
website?
but apparently
Like, it wasn't gonna be like store powered.
Steam.com.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
like,
it wasn't.
yeah.
I don't know what it was.
So you would've
but, like
known
it looked
immediately.
real realistic, and I had a lot of people believing that Valve
Well,
was going to be
they're-
releasing this
but-
contender for a VR system.
We all know what happened. Someone was like, "Oh, look," and sent
Yeah.
pictures on X.
yes,
and then
yes,
everyone's
that
like,
is
"Oh
actually
my
yeah, that's
God," and
exactly
then,
what
yeah.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
It's that simple.
But I
Yeah.
think it's really
Like,
funny.
that's
This
how
is just
I-
another example of like a furry doing some massive troll, which in recent history with like the U.S. They've been doing a lot of trolling.
I can't remember. There
was like a
was
big
massive
thing that
troll.
they did.
No, I remember there was a really large thing they did a while back. I don't remember what it was, but it had something to do with the government. They leaked like some
Yeah,
really
and
large thing.
I just think it's really funny that they yet again came up with a troll of an
they're
entire
very,
system that
very interesting.
yeah, it was apparently going to be
characters.
sold for. They had a price point on it. They had specs that were reasonable.
Well, I don't know about all the info, but this is like there have been like data mining stuff of that. Like that exists and will be a real thing.
yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like,
It's just they
so some of the info they might have grabbed might have actually been like somewhat realistic.
Let me see if I can
but,
look it up because there was.
But yeah, so I guess we'll actually touch on the initial topic is, well, I'll say what Alex is talking about. It's pretty much a Quest competitor.
Mm-hmm.
So like VR headset that you don't need a PC. Like all of the stuff is in
I
there,
see.
and so you just download your games on it, and then you can play.
Yeah, I
them.
actually sent it in the
So they're working on that. That's a real thing.
I don't know. I've never been like into the VR thing. It's not. For
I
me,
think the problem is that we need more of these, like the Quest, because most people are not going to plug that into their powerful gaming PC.
No.
And the biggest thing we need is good games.
Thank you.
There have been a few.
Name a VR game.
Half-Life Alex, really
Beat
good.
Sabers,
But
good, but I mean,
Beat Saber is
Well,
good.
it's,
yeah.
it's
that- yeah,
non-comparable
that's
to
just-
Alex. I mean, it's like
There's-
arcade game versus
Yes,
like a,
no, they're
yeah.
different. both good games, but there is so many bad games. There's so many like stupid puzzle games where you are building bridges. Why does that need to be in VR?
There was a really cool one I saw where it's like you're a giant like avatar kind of thing, and you like try to fight like a tiny little dude that zips around and tries to fight you with like.
I've actually played it.
Is it
I
fun?
don't remember what it's called. When I played it, it was really early and it was kind of dog shit. Like it was fun, but it lasted for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I'm bored.
Because like from what I saw, it's kind of cool because you can like, if you're the little guy, you can shoot like rockets and stuff at you. You can catch the rockets and like shoot them back like with your hand. I thought that was cool.
What it offers is cool, but it needs to be cheap and it needs to be like accessible.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
the
what
Valve
pushes me
Index
away.
before this was like $1,000.
Yeah, that's what pushes me away from getting the like VRs. I don't know. I don't feel like I would use it enough to justify like, the price that it's.
Yeah, that's the exact
mine was like $300, but that's what you'd almost pay for a console, and that's a couple of your games that you play on there. The rest are on your actual console.
Right.
So it's like hard to justify such a cost.
I don't know. With the Apple Vision Pro, I've seen a little bit of like that. I mean, it still looks goofy. Like it's
a little different because that's
not
AR.
you are. Yes, you are correct. I
But
mean,
it's
I
also
think the
not
Valve
really
Prism
see
was
the real
supposed to be
world
an
with it.
AR type system.
It's not, but it's not like primarily for gaming also, because you can also do like a bunch of different, you can like stream and stuff, and it's supposed to be like.
It's more productivity. It's not really gaming oriented because Apple and gaming
we had that.
don't go together.
To correct you, Victor,
you can play
the commercial.
Village.
The commercial said that the brand new iPhone is going to be for gaming. That's what it said.
Well, does that mean that if you
they got like 2
when you
games.
tether it up to like the Apple fucking Vision thing, does that mean that you're going to be able to have a gaming version of it, or?
I don't think so. But
maybe.
I mean, for now, it's mostly just like what you said, is like productivity based.
Yeah,
stuff.
people. I mean, I've seen a lot of demonstrations, but it's not realistic use case.
Not really. They're showing
loads
like
of people on YouTube, and they're like, "Oh, look, I could have
like
this to-do list
like
on my fridge, my shopping list. I'm shopping on Amazon over here."
But when do
you don't
need
need
it's
all
really,
of that.
it's
like
really
that could be on your
dystopian,
phone.
in all
it's
honesty.
cool, but. Okay.
Well, they're just trying to be like, like in Tony Stark when he's got the hologram.
Yeah,
he's like,
Jarvis.
he's moving
It's definitely fun for like the first bit, but I feel like after a month of using it like consistently, you just get tired of it. Like there's no. I feel like it cannot be easier than just having like your phone because it's
too
and it's buggy too.
It's too bulky. I think it's just the whole thing. It's just
I think
like,
Google
any VR
like the Google Glass had something good going
that
on, but it's
it
also
did, but
difficult
you have to like
to
do
actually
it right.
like
But then
have
they
a
didn't-
computer do that.
Yeah, they didn't even have the software that this has.
Yeah.
And so like
Yeah,
it was just a failure.
but I mean, as a concept, it was cool.
But this, if they had the size and the like software maybe of this or more, like I don't know, maybe they'd have.
No,
something.
yeah, they absolutely would. But I mean, the issue is that is kind of unrealistic, at least with the current technological, developments
no,
that
you're
are up to.
I mean, give it like 20,
We're just
30
limited by
years,
that.
we'll see something pretty cool.
Well, I mean, they
Probably
thought that back in
something that's,
19 whatever. So I mean,
Well, yeah, fair enough.
Well, since we were talking about Valve, what Gaben says over and over again is what he wants to work on and what he sees in the future is like VR, but like plug into your brain type VR.
oh, so like
have him speak with
Neuralink.
yes, the
I
Tesla
guess.
thing.
another
So
random.
like you'd feel cold in the game, everything you'd be seeing in your actual I guess brain.
Did
that
you-
would be cool.
Did you guys see that Disney actually developed a new? I mean, it has to go with VR. It's not
I saw that
the
platform.
Yes, the platform.
Yes.
It's
The omnidirectional platform.
yes.
Actually,
I don't know what
of-
we're talking about. I actually am out of the loop on this
What's
one.
that? Oh, you're
you're
out of the
not.
loop on this one. So I'll send it to you later. But it's essentially it like the like fantasy of an omnidirectional like treadmill. You can walk in any direction while you're on it, and you can stay on it. Pretty much.
Oh,
Doesn't matter how fast you're going.
the
Well, I've
biggest-
seen that before
yeah, but the
in
biggest
VR.
thing is that
like,
it's
they have
multi-user.
those.
But it's not. It doesn't like hoist you up or anything like that. Like you
I
can,
see.
it's
I see.
just
Yeah,
a
yeah, okay.
platform.
And
I
it,
see.
That just,
the,
like,
the
rolls,
floor
basically, or something.
conforms to you, so it will keep
Mm-hmm.
you on the floor. But I saw a video of it. It looked like the floor was literally adjusting itself to keep you like in the middle of it.
Basically.
Interesting.
And yeah, so
And
it
this is
also
Disney?
multiple people too. Like you could have two
This
people
is
on
Disney.
Yes,
Yeah.
Disney makes it. But
What are they going to
I
use
have
I
no
don't
this?
know.
idea. I'm assuming an
They don't
attraction.
even make
I
VR
know,
No,
games.
that's
that's
why
what I'm
I'm
saying.
more
I was
confused.
thinking it's for an attraction type of thing. That's what I could see it
But
for.
this could be
Oh,
perfectly
okay, that
used
makes
for VR
sense.
though.
Well, is this like, then wouldn't this be an Imagineers? Like, isn't that what they call the people that work at Disney developing
I
games?
think so, but
I
I-
just
This
don't
like
know
an
what
I think it's
Imagineers
more so like
thing
a
and-
highlight that the technology is being developed. Like it's something that was developed. So I mean, yes, it's for
Yeah.
Disney
It's
now,
just like
but
a
then
fleck.
kind of
And
yeah. But then
it's
in years in the
kind
future,
of not
maybe
really based on
some, like,
claims, because
third party will make some kind of something that can be used in the household type of thing.
uh-huh.
Yeah. And then in like
Well-
50, 70 years it's actually affordable.
Yeah,
Well-
true. But we'd still be limited by the game.
Right.
They'd actually have to be
Yeah,
good
that
games
is very
to play
true. I
with
think
it.
it has to do with
Still isn't good.
compatibility, which is a whole nother.
What is the what's the Steam one? Like monkey ape tag? What
Monkey
is that?
tag,
Dog
yeah.
shit?
Monkey
Yeah.
tag, yeah.
Yeah. That's probably like one of the most played VR games on Steam.
No,
Like,
yeah,
I've seen
I
so
have
many
I have
people
seen
play
a
it,
lot
and
of
it's
videos
just
of
so
it, which I think is really
like
interesting.
that's what we can do with
That's
VR.
where we at
We
with
play
VR games.
tag. Yeah.
Monkey tag.
That is the antithesis of
Upsetting.
what we can do.
Yeah.
Another handheld Steam Deck competitor could be probably not on the same like level, but but this one will be Linux based.
Oh, you're a big fan of
offers
that.
benefits possibly.
He likes the
I
penguin.
am,
He likes the
But
penguin.
does like the penguin.
the thing, pretty much every person that reviews handhelds on YouTube, no matter if they use Linux or they use Windows, they still like the Steam Deck because it uses Linux. And the reason is using Windows on a small handheld screen sucks.
That's true.
Using your
Oh,
file manager
is
to run
so true.
EXEs with your
That is
little
really
finger and the
upsetting.
little is
No.
ass.
You're
And
absolutely right.
having something that you can make yourself and change everything about, like in SteamOS, and make it tablet like centric, is awesome.
Super unrelated, but at work we have a Surface Pro tablet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And it is like microscopic, and it is painful because it is a Windows like little tiny Windows bar. Like you have to use it like a computer, but it doesn't have a mouse or keyboard. And it is we never use it. We never touch it. But like our auditor basically tells us like that we should be using this like all the time and whatever. But it is just so painful to use that we just can't use it. And it doesn't do anything that we can't do on the computer.
Yeah.
Windows
Microsoft keeps saying, "Oh, don't worry, we're working on a handheld." They're like, I forget what, like a gaming mode. I don't remember what it's called. And hopefully they do, because I mean, I don't really care if it's a good handheld. I'll use Windows on it, but it's just not.
Yeah.
It is just not there at all.
Yeah, bring back the DS.
Real.
But we are not. I don't know. That's just not where it's going. Like, this is the only other one that's really come out. That's not running Windows, probably. There was another one from Aya Neo that was going to come out, and then they last minute pulled the plug and said, no, we're doing Windows 11. So,
That
I
was
don't
a
know. I
big
hope we see
success.
more running like Steam OS or something. Be cool.
Be nice.
Have a question
We have
for our guest,
a question.
Alex.
Oh,
Now, Alex.
Think.
Yeah, this is a thinker. This is a thinker.
Take your time.
Completely original.
Thomas took a while
He did.
when he answered.
He did.
What part
And
of the
this is
same?
a thinker. So this is a thinker. We want you a completely original us question we came up with. It took us 5 years. Was it? About 5 years.
Yep, 5 years. Yep.
Would you rather have unlimited chowder but no money, or have unlimited money but you lose all of your money?
I would don't take a minute.
Just take it in. Take the whole thing in.
I think if it's your answer.
We have it in written format if you have the Google Doc up. His VTuber is looking around. He's got the old think cap on.
well, I'm pretty sure I'd have to say that I'd already kind of have unlimited money, but no money. So I mean, that's pretty fitting for me.
Interesting.
I mean, I would take it. I'm happy with this life. So
Interesting. So
So
again,
can you
so-
just say
yeah.
your answer in full, please? Yeah.
I would take unlimited money, but no money.
Interesting. Well, not
Interesting.
exactly. So it's unlimited money, but you lose all of your money.
Well, yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant. Unlimited money,
it's a
but I lose
difficult-
all my money.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm. Interesting. So you're the first one to pick this, because everyone before has actually picked unlimited chowder but no money.
Really?
So you are just conforming to this lifestyle that you already have. You don't have any money.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I like the lifestyle.
But-
It's simplistic.
But what would change is that you would also
have
have
unlimited money, but then also no money.
but none of it.
I mean,
Mhm.
yeah. To reference one of my good friends, Patrick. I mean, the art of having other people buying stuff for you because you have no money, yet
The leech.
you somehow have unlimited money. I mean, that's pretty.
Allow me.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Act broke to
Yes.
stay rich.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah.
So real.
It's pretty much.
Words
Yeah.
to live by, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean,
Words to-
yeah, PJ's got us on that one. He's really.
he's a thinker.
He
He
is,
really.
there
Yes.
he
No.
is.
He really. He's an innovator.
I know which one he would pick.
I do too.
A modern philosopher.
He's got the homeless beard to prove it.
Yeah.
He looks like a philosopher.
does.
Very much
That he does.
in his little cocoon.
Yeah. For
All right,
Jamie,
guys.
Before we close up, Jamie, put up the picture of PJ's bed.
Thank
The
you. Yeah,
nest.
It's a nest.
The
It's a
nest.
cocoon.
Cocoon. Correct.
All right, and on that note, we are ending it here. Joe,
I got nothing else to say. You know I don't do outros.
Alex, what are you gonna say as our outro? You choose.
Don't run up to ambulances with a bag of cocaine in your hand.
Fair
Perfect.
enough. Everyone take that to heart.